Hey everyone, back again with another video to help you out. This time taking the steering wheel airbag out of this 2014 Chevy Sonic, and it should be similar for all the years of Sonics. But in order to take this out, it's really simple. The only thing you'll need to do first and foremost is remove the negative terminal on your battery. You want to take any kind of excess charge off of this. If this hasn't gone off, obviously you don't want it to. Leave it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, come back out, and you'll be good to go. Just leave that off until you're done, and then you can put the negative terminal back on. But in order to remove this airbag, first thing you'll need to do after you've removed the negative terminal is to come over to your steering wheel. And this car, I should say, is in the junkyard, and I am taking this airbag out for a customer, so that's the reason for removing this. In removing this and putting it back, if you put a new one in, if yours has gone off and you're replacing this, you'll likely need to replace the ABS or the airbag control module, SRS module that's located here underneath the center console somewhere. Sometimes it's up here, sometimes it's in the center between the seats. Not sure on this model, but a lot of times when this airbag goes off, that module becomes obsolete. It's done. They can't be reprogrammed, but sometimes they can be. So you'll just want to get with a technician just to verify all that before attempting to just replace this and think you're good and still have an airbag light on. Or if you're just taking this off to access the switches or anything like that, this is a handy video for this. Anyway, so you'll first need to unlock your steering wheel, and you'll need to access the two screws that are on either side of the steering column. There's a Phillips head screw here, and there's a Phillips head screw over here. And you need to take those off because you need to remove the clamshell upper portion. And I have it here. It runs through the holes there. So you remove those, and then you can use your flathead screwdriver to gently pry up on this to remove it. It's going to be tricky over here around the keyhole. You'll have to be very gentle picking up on that, and then when you go to angle it up, to pick it up off of the top of the column, you'll have to angle it to follow the stem on the right hand column switch. Otherwise you'll break it off. And then obviously this all pulls out from underneath the speedometer and just snaps back in place when you're done, and you got to put this back. So that's how that works. And then when you've got this apart, I've already obviously got this done, you'll need to flip your steering wheel upside down. On the back side here, you'll have these two holes. Now you'll start with your flathead screwdriver in as close to the large opening of the steering wheel hole as possible, and then you'll turn that screwdriver. You'll maybe even need a smaller screwdriver than I have, but this is what I used and this is what it worked. A shorter screwdriver even, because you'll basically take the handle of the screwdriver and go back like this. Now I'll show you on the inside while I'm working back here. You'll have, oh my mistake, you'll have the screwdriver as far inward as possible because you're trying to grab this wire clip right here. And as you can see, when you pry it outward towards the outside edge of the door, you're prying on this. And it can take several tries to get a hold of that, to pry it, to get that side popped out. Now you may need to use your other hand while your one hand is operating the screwdriver to pull backwards, pull outwards a little bit on the airbag. And then you'll definitely want to pull back on it as you're releasing the airbag from the other side, because oftentimes what happens on this side is that it will release on this side, and then the spring pressure will snap it back in on the other side. So that's what you're doing here. Again, here's what you're looking at. Starts in as far on that side as possible, prying outward towards the passenger side on the other hook. And then when you get the air, those are the only two releases on there. These two springs will pop loose and allow it to be removed. You'll have 2 plugs to pull off. You'll have 2 little plastic keepers, safety keepers. You'll pop those up with your little screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. Be careful not to pull up on these too far because they will shoot off of there like this one did. It just falls down here on the seat somewhere. But that's just a retainer to keep it from falling off or coming off accidentally. But just when you go to put this back on, just push it back down and push this orange clip back in, and you'll be good to go. So if this helped you out at all to get your airbag out, again, it's helpful to get in here. And then there's obviously a large Torx head, probably T50 if you were interested in taking off your steering wheel for whatever reason. But if this helped you, drop a like down below, subscribe for more videos. If you have any questions, leave those down below too, and I'll try to answer them the best I can. Thanks for watching.